Okay, recap. Foot shells, outer foot shells. This is the one that I printed. It is in two parts. This is one that I printed that is the one part version. This fit on the print bed at an angle. This is too big, even at an angle, to fit on the print bed if you print the one piece version, so I printed the two piece version. These were printed on my TiVo Tornado. The problem, this piece here, which goes down there, screws into the bolts, holes down there, should be the same width. And you can hopefully tell it is too long by a fair margin. So this piece printed bigger than these two once they were glued together. Also notice I had this issue where this plate, which is held in place by magnets, is supposed to sit flush in this recess like this, but it doesn't. It's too high on one side. And I figured that was simply because I needed to remove some material from this area because I had printed it with a helper disc down there to help keep it on the bed because it printed like this angle. So this small contact area was what was on the bed. So I put some helper discs on it. And I thought I just didn't trim it or sand it very well. So it's flush on one corner and it's not on the other. It sticks up in the air there. So it's going to be a little bit hard to show since this isn't glued yet, but I reprinted, resliced and reprinted this foot shell. Printed it on my Prusa printer. I think that the detail level resolution that I did this was 0.28. I think. This one I did at 0.2. It looks much nicer. Is possibly not even going to need sanding before the first coat of primer. I mean, it's that nice, the finish on it. So if I just kind of hold it together like that without glue, there's no magnets either. But if I put it in there and I pull these parts together, that foot shell fits in the recesses on both sides. I wasn't really expecting that. I really thought that I just needed to shave some off of that part, but no, it looks like that was also affected by these two halves, or one of the two halves, whatever the case is, was a bit too short, causing it not to fit flush in there. The other thing is this side, which again, with just one hand, is probably not gonna be easy for me to do or to show, and also because it kind of lays a bit different and there's a little bit of gap there that won't be when I glue it. But anyway, the end result is that this piece now is no longer bigger than the rest of the foot shell. I'm having a hard time lining it up with one hand, and you can see the two pieces have strayed a little bit apart there, but basically it's the right size now. So the problem was with this, honestly, holding up one of these foot shells up against this one, it's such a small difference. It's like a 1/16 of an inch difference, so it's really hard to tell. That's why I actually printed both, because I printed this one first. This is the smaller of the two. I printed this first because it took a shorter amount of time. 0.2 resolution, quality setting in the Prusa slicer with 15% rectilinear infill. 18 hours for this piece, 18 hours something minutes. This is 20 hours and something minutes. I think when I printed this, it was a couple hours less on each side or something like that, because I'm pretty sure I did this, like I said, in 0.28 resolution, so it's not quite as smooth, but it was faster to print, and so it would have a little bit more sanding, but it would print quicker. So anyway, I printed this half and held it up against, actually not this foot, but the other one, because they're mirror images, so the other foot, this small part, would be on this side. So I put them up against each other as close as I could get them, and it did look like this one was longer, but it was really close. The same thing with the top. I tried to line the top up with the top of the other piece, and it just seemed like it was really, really close, but it did look a tiny bit longer. So I decided, well, there's no way I can just print one half of it and be 100% sure, because maybe this one printed to the proper scale on the one I did before, but this one printed short because overall dimension is short, but I didn't know if it was each piece being short or just one of these two pieces being short or what. So I went ahead and printed the other one. So I did the 18 plus hour print immediately, followed by the 20 something hour print, and holding them together, it's the right size now. So kind of makes me worried about what else I printed on this printer that might not be the right size, and if it's off, how much will it be off? The other problem I had with that printer, one of the first things I printed on it, was also too small in two dimensions. This is too small, at least in this dimension. I haven't really checked the width. I don't think that the width of this piece is bigger. I flipped this upside down on its mirror imaged part, and it kind of felt like the width was the same, but I'm not positive. But yeah, not sure what the deal is with that printer, or if the slicer was acting up, or it's because I'm using the Prusa slicer on a non-Prusa printer and I have a setting off. But I know that I tested the calibration and it was fine when I first started printing parts, and just had that one off that printed weird. So maybe this is another issue like that, although the fact that the left and right foot are both too small, that's what really has me worried, because that's multiple slices, multiple parts, multiple printing. So at least this one is not only the right size, but it's higher quality. Again, not sure, just using my cell phone here. I used a couple helper discs again in this area, just some round flat discs to help these stick to the print bed and not warp up. So that's why it's a little bit rough there, because I cut one off there and I cut the other one off here, and I haven't sanded this yet. The only thing I did was I sanded this end just a little bit, where there's a little bit of a lip right at the top, because I had the helper disc sticking just up past the edge. So sanded that off on both sides, just barely. Same thing here. I had a helper disc just a little bit past the edge, and I sanded it just flush enough so I can make sure I was able to get these pieces flush together when testing. But yeah, you might be able to notice if I do this, and you can see the light playing across that surface as opposed to this one. And this one I've actually sanded a little bit. You can see more ringing, more areas where when the print head changes, there's this area here that's raised, and it lines up right with this top change. It goes around the side like that. This one has less of that. there's one right there in the same area, but you can't even really see it on the front. You can just barely see it, and just see it on the side, but you can't hardly feel it. The only place I did have some that I actually shaved off was it this piece? No, it was this piece. You can kind of see above this alignment hole. Might be able to see there's an area right here that's a slight different color. It's because I got a little bit of ringing from when the printer was printing this lip here. When it went around the edge, there was a raised lip here that was maybe a 32nd of an inch high. So I just shaved that down flush, and that was all I had to do. The rest of it is so smooth that I will probably sand it just a little bit, again, to make sure I've got a good surface for the glue to take, but I'm going to do the same thing as the other one. And do the plastic welding, just because it's a thin connection, and this is R2's foot, so if he bumps into anything, I want the piece to be strong enough so it won't snap. And after in the other video, like I said, after welding these together, they are really strong. So glued together and then plastic welded. I don't think I'm gonna dig these magnets out of the foot shells that I'm not gonna use, because I bought way too many magnets to begin with. And on this piece, it was either this piece or the other one, I actually had a magnet flipped in wrong, and I dug it out and I flipped it over, glued it back, and when it was dried, it was still flipped the wrong way. It turns out that because it's close enough, believe it or not, these magnets are so strong that it seems that when it's this close to this magnet, it kind of made it flip as I plopped it into the epoxy. So I almost had the same problem when I dug it out a second time and put it in the right direction. That's when I actually saw it kind of flip over as I moved it with my finger. It flipped upside down and went in there, and it's because of the influence of this magnet trying to like repel it that it flipped upside down. So I had to pull it back out, got epoxy all over my fingers, and used a hobby blade to dig it out and make sure it flipped the proper way, and then used an aluminum rivet to push it down so the aluminum rivet wouldn't stick to the magnet, obviously, to get it to lay down. And I can't remember if it's this one. This one looks pretty clean, so it might have been the other foot shell, but it ended up okay. But it was something to note when you're putting your magnets in. Watch out, because they can flip on you when they're close enough to another one, if they're strong enough magnets. So yeah, all good, I guess. So I'm currently printing this piece for the other foot shell over again. Up there you can see, at this angle, I think you can see slight artifact due to ringing. That's about the only other one that looks like it just needs a little sanding to be corrected. A little sanding or filler or whatever. Just that one tiny one as compared to this one that there's tons of little lines in this one, horizontal lines that you can see, whereas this one there's just really just the one that sticks out a little. Anyway, so yeah, so hopefully it won't take much sanding. Just kind of like I said, where I had the helper discs here, sand those so they're smooth, and should be able to go over it and double check any areas, but should be able to maybe just do that instead of this foot, which I used 100 grit sandpaper to get rid of some of the artifacts. Maybe I'll just be able to get by with just 220 grit in just a few areas on this one, and then glue it together and do the welding, and then put the magnets in, and then be ready for primer. Oh, looks like down there, I lied. Looks like down there there's a little artifact too. But still, it's way, way, way better quality than that one. So whether it's the speed or the fact that this one is on a reproduction, the printer that printed this is on a reproduction icebox with wheels, or no, it doesn't have wheels, but it's on a wheeled like furniture dolly thing, because I slide it into the closet when I'm not using it and pull it out just enough so that the bed has room to go back and forth. So maybe it's getting more rocking back and forth than the printer that printed this one, which is on some anti-vibration 3D printed feet, and then on top of an old oak stereo cabinet that 70s through like the 90s, very popular to have like an oak cabinet with your cassette deck and record player and amp in with glass doors to... I've got one of those that I pulled the doors off, and that's where my printer is on top of it. My PC is underneath it where the components would go. So maybe that has some effect on the quality, the ringing parts where, like I said, where you get these kind of artifacts. But yeah, in the end, really happy with how these printed and turned out. Happy that they're the right size, and now I'm just rambling, so I guess I'll stop the video there. And go do some sanding. So problem corrected. I won't say solved, because I still don't know for sure if it was the printer or if some weird thing happened with the slicing program, although I am leaning towards it being something with the printer. So that's it.